Mount Moon Fest. It's Twitt with Clubhouse Chronicles, sitting here with Ethan G.
What up, what up?
He's bringing you all these different camera angles today, so you're not staring at my ugly face in a webcam. But right now, we're sitting with the mastermind behind Mount Moon Fest, Jonathan Vota.
Hi.
Hello, hello. How's it going, man?
Welcome, man.
I'm probably pretty sunburnt and I'm a little sweaty, but I'm feeling great.
Yeah?
Hell yeah. Well, we've just heard so many great things about you today. Like, so many people are saying how you've been such an advocate for the scene with Mount Moon and just as an organization starting in your house, and now we're sitting on a street that's blocked off. So
yeah, I've tried. I certainly can't take all the credit. There's an immense amount of help that goes into this event and all the other shows we do, from houses to warehouses to basements to whatever. So
It's awesome.
yeah, take it. I want to kind of take it back to the beginning,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, well, how did you get started doing all this?
in college, frat parties were not the vibe for me, and
Yep.
I was like, let's throw some parties that are the vibe, and the vibe was let's get all of our friends' bands and their friends' bands, and let's do what is colloquially known as a house show. And we did that a bunch in college, and it was a thing, and got to know a lot of cool people in Peoria and also all over the place. And I graduated in 2019, and 2020. Wow, time flies.
Yeah.
And after COVID, I was like, I want to keep doing this stuff somehow, and got a house still like near the college I was at, and kept throwing shows at that house. And that's what we called that house Mount Moon. First of all, I'm an advocate that if it's a new house, you got to get a new name.
Yeah.
In college, the house was Hyrule Castle.
Oh, wow.
It's
That's
always
awesome.
Nintendo references with me.
Cool.
So Mount Moon was the next house.
Uh-huh.
And the city got mad at us. I got like this big cease and desist dossier from
man.
some guy at the city, and a cop came to the house like on a business day during the day to be like,
Dang.
"Oh, they can see that?"
Yeah,
Actually,
right there.
I forget with podcasts. Sometimes it's not visual. And that was uncomfy. We had shows booked out. We had like 2 or 3 in the spring or whatever it was, and we scrambled and we found other places for them, and that ended up, the city getting mad at us ended up being like really good for us, because we realized there's more places to do this. There's an audience for this, in such a way that it's like this is doable even when there's some overhead involved. That because in my living room the expenses are just like, oh, do I want to patch that hole?
Yeah.
I do still have a hole in the plaster. It is a sentimental hole in the plaster in my living room. That's maybe unbecoming, but yeah. So the city got mad. We scrambled and figured some stuff out. Put like a show in a cafe. Put a show in a worn down warehouse. And stuff like that, and kind of just kept doing that. We didn't want to stop having shows, and we kept, finding places, solving the problems of where can the show go, where does it make sense to go, where can we afford to have it go, and now we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that's insane, because, I think, so this is both of our first Mount Moon Fest, and we weren't really sure exactly what to expect. We didn't realize, like, I knew it was a block party, but for some reason I just was thinking more like a residential type thing, was like it's probably like, oh, someone's backyard, they're gonna have a little stage set up. And then I got here, I'm like, oh my god, they have like a whole like really nice stage set up. The whole city block is like, this is awesome.
And this is the first time we're doing it like this.
Yeah.
It was
It's a huge
in the
achievement.
parking lot over there, which none of you can see. But it's a little parking lot behind the back of a big brick building, and it was cool there too. And the first one was in my living room, but we were leveling up. And for those that don't know the like area, this block of Peoria Heights is really one of the like most notable blocks for nightlife in the Peoria area.
Okay.
There's a bar over that way that has like a large courtyard. They do free shows like almost every weekend in the summer. It's Poor Bros, and a lot of that isn't the kind of music we bring. It's like country covers, blues stuff, classic rock.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to, give the DIY bands, the edgier stuff, the more independent stuff a stage. But part of why I think we were able to do this is that this part of town is there's already some of that happens. It's just different music.
Yeah. What was like the process like of getting this type of situation booked to begin with? Like, this is a huge feat to do this in the middle of a city and like really have all the proper measures being taken for everything.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope we have all the proper measures.
It seems like it to me.
So at first we had to go and so this is Peoria Heights, technically a different municipality than Peoria.
Okay.
It's kind of a small town inside of Peoria.
Gotcha.
There's a handful of people. Everyone knows each other. I don't know the community as well. We had to go in front of the Peoria Heights City Board, present to them, tell them like what we wanted to do, why they should approve of it, and then their board had to vote on it.
Okay.
And they approved it back in May or whatever. And I have to shout out the 33 Room, who has been a huge help at first with that and then with everything.
Yeah.
And they're part of why we were able to do that. We had first them and then a few other businesses here. They're like in a political legislative sense, fighting for us. And so they approved that, and then it was open season on planning, getting bands, getting infrastructure figured out, getting vendors. There's a bunch of things to do, but it's mostly just like messaging, emailing is what it really is until day of. So that's what it looked like.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's incredible everything that you accomplished here. I mean, from your house to this block, like it's
awesome.
so cool, and I mean, cool vendors. You guys listening right now, you don't know unless you were here, but I mean, they had a tattoo artist here tattooing all day.
Freedom Inc. is so cool. They're some of the best to do it, man.
We got Julie from Pretzel Records, who we're going to get an interview with at some point before we leave. There's merch from all the artists. We got barbecue. We got drinks. It's a full-scale ordeal here in Peoria Heights. So just hearing all this stuff earlier from our interviews and seeing the growth is so great to see, just as a fan of the Central Illinois music scene and someone who's so behind the music, just to see other people that are pursuing the same things. It's so great to see that it's thriving in all the different areas that music is.
Right on, man. And I love that you put it that way. I've been an advocate a bit the past couple of years that like I don't see it as much as like just the Peoria scene. Like there's an interconnectedness in Central Illinois. People come out from Bloomington, Champaign sometimes, Springfield, to here, but to all these different cities. We all kind of have this like the same stuff going on. And as I got out like in college to see house shows in other cities and legit shows like bona fide shows in other cities, like I realized just how much of what we were doing screwing around in college was like this is like a deeply relatable thing that like people like us are like always hungry for.
Yes.
And I love that there's this interconnectedness in this community that like you see a dude with a Greet Death shirt on and you're like, yo, stop, I gotta talk. That's the best shirt for one of the best bands. Like, yeah, it's awesome.
It's amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been asking people like their favorite parts of the scene and their favorite bands. I mean, you put together a whole bill, so you kind of know who you enjoy listening to already, and I mean your immense love for the scene. Do you have anything that you want to leave off with?
Man, I feel like I did have something in my head just now, and I can't think. But no, I think it is incredible, especially kind of what you were saying. There really just is so much in Central Illinois, and it's really cool to have someone like you who can help really. Like I look at this as a very big community feat, if you will, of just like.
I will.
Bringing like all these like just different, like he said already, bringing the vendors. But I just think it's a really cool form of building a community. And like you said, the Central Illinois music scene, everyone is like in each other's towns. Like, oh, I'm gonna come to your shows. Like it's really cool.
We just went out to Quad Cities, me and my buddies, for alternating currents. At Golden Fleece got back together for that, and Lady Igraine, who's about to played that, and Emily Howe, and that stuff was so cool. And then before that, we went out to the Loose Cobra in Tolono for whatever they call it, I forget. But it's like a shoegaze fest, and it was like formative. I'm 28 and I'm having formative experiences at these shows that it's like it's so cool.
Yeah. And it's one of those things like as you were saying, you know, you graduated and you're like, I need to do more of this. And that's exactly how I was when I went to ISU and I finished up and I was part of a music club there. We put shows and stuff on. And I still find my way to be a part of that kind of stuff. It's almost like a high, being like busy and stressed by all this stuff, but it's a fun stress to have that you know that
truly.
you got some cool stuff coming out of it, and you're bringing people together. And
I'm so stressed all just but I love it.
Yeah.
This is my happy place.
For sure.
100%. I feel the same way.
Yeah.
I would just basically repeat everything that he said. It's just the way, just getting people together to create art that matters to a big group of people and giving them the chance to shine and spotlight that. I'm a huge proponent that there needs to be a lot more of it. There needs to be more eyes in Central Illinois in general on the music scene. So, you know, I appreciate everything that you've done. I appreciate you letting us come out here and do these interviews and, you know, even taking the time to sit down with us, man. I just appreciate it so much.
The more we heard about you, we were just like, yo, I think we need to get this guy and sit down and talk for a minute. This is just so cool.
If he had a second, because he's been running around.
Yeah, we were like, I don't know if he's going to have time to do it, but if he can.
Yeah, thankfully we're cruising now.
Awesome.
You know,
Awesome.
so.
No, it's going great. It's going great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
sure,
thanks for sitting down with us and chatting for a second. I appreciate you.
Yep. Well, next time, everybody.
Shout out.